All right, guys. We're gonna do NBA. We're gonna do like a members only video for the public today. Click the thumbs up button if you don't mind. This might be our last NBA video of the year. I'm sure we're probably not the only ones feeling that's a high possibility with the Game 5 tonight. So I want to thank everybody for their patronage, all the paying customers. You guys, I'd like to say you keep us in diamonds and furs, but you keep us in Chipotle and jeans, to say at the very, very least. So we thank you guys for that. Do you think the Lakers close it out tonight?
I do. I'm laughing at your last metaphor, however you want to call it. But yeah, it's hard not to think the Lakers close it out, right?
Yeah, we've seen Miami fight the whole time, but this series to me, inevitably, the Lakers were the more talented team to start, and you got a hobbled Bam, no Dragic. It didn't work out well for Miami, who was coming in as a pretty big underdog anyway, so that didn't make the series any more competitive. And I just want to say one thing, and I know I'm going to get a couple of thumbs downs on this video for that. For all the LeBron haters out there, if you're going to hold this one against them because the Heat guys got hurt, you gotta toss them one for when Kyrie and Kevin Love went down in that first one, and then nix that one. You can't count one and not count the other.
Yeah, I'm with you. People will do that though. Listen, I will say, like, the Heat took a game where I don't think anyone expected them to win that game 3. So let's just put it like this: I would expect the Heat more likely to win this game than I would like if they win this game the next game.
Yeah,
that makes any sense.
I can see the Heat winning this game. I'm not saying they're out of it by any stretch. I would agree with the betting public probably that the Lakers are the favorite to win this game straight up.
Yes, they're a 7.5 point favorite for a reason. I'm with you.
Okay. As far as the showdown slates go, I mean, they kind of suck right now because you really can't get away from LeBron, AD, or Jimmy Butler, in my opinion. If you want to go nuts and like play the mid-tier, I get the gamesmanship idea of it, but I think from a statistical breakdown, I think it's a stupid play.
Yeah, the problem is, like, yes, you're right, and that's like the only way to get different. But in the playoffs and especially the finals, it's all about the studs, right? Like, these are the guys with the ball. They're playing heavy minutes. In the NBA, that's all that matters. It's gold.
And the problem is, like, once you play the 3 studs, then like your options are very, very limited. Like, I was in the money for the showdown, tied with a ton of other people in the last one. And then when Duncan Robinson hit the absolute garbage 3 at the end of it, all the guys I was tied with, which was literally like 25% in the field, we got pushed out of the cash. I got like 1/5 of my buy-in back because we were just tied. And all the other lineup that did have Duncan Robinson moved above us by like 2 points. And that was literally because everybody's using almost the exact same builds. That was, I didn't look at it that closely, but like a third of all the entries were these 2 lineups. And like, that's just the problem with it right now. Now, if you want to play GPPs and try to get different, I understand the theory behind it, but honestly, it sounds like dead money more often than not. And I don't want to just waste my money when I don't really feel like I have any version of an edge.
Yeah, like, to be completely honest, and I'm not even like saying, like, I probably won't even play this slate. Seriously.
And I get that. Like, there's plenty of other ways to get action. You can get your action on overlay or whatever else it is that you're playing on. I got one I dropped earlier for play of the day. I got heavy action on that one I like a lot. So if you're looking for a place to get some action, go check out overlay right now. There's the cut's gone down, or I'm trying to think of the word, but number of points being spotted is really deteriorating, but I like that action a lot better tonight. So the only way I thought of getting different today is I'm a Markieff Morris fan. Hint, hint for what I was talking about on overlay. And then you can go LeBron, AD, and Jimmy Butler. But even then, like, where am I ending up? If I go all the way down to, say, like a Caruso, like, I can get Rondo. I'm like, all right, fine. But now, do I really think Markieff Morris is where I want to get my 1.5 times value?
No.
Exactly. So, like, where's the edge here? And for me, if you put LeBron, which I'm sure is, he's a very shortlisted person I would want in the captain spot, and then you go grab Anthony Davis and Jimmy Butler, like, your lineup blows now.
Yeah. The edge is already so small on these showdown slates. And now with the better players playing so many minutes, like, it leaves even less for randomness,
I'm with you on this one, because when you start looking at these guys down here with Bam back, Myers Leonard's on a thing, Solomon Hill, JaVale McGee, these guys all aren't playing. if you think maybe Haslam, if you think like Miami gets blown out and they give Haslam what is probably his last game as a Heat player who hasn't touched the court since the 14th of August, like if you think it's a blowout and Haslam gets to run out there for 10 minutes, maybe, like, okay, no, I don't see it either. Like it has to be like a 30-point blowout. If that's what you think, okay, get crazy with it. But that seems to me like dead money.
Yeah, I also feel like that would only be if like they would only put him out there like that if they were like up 30, which is just not going to happen.
Well, I mean, if it's 3 minutes left, say it's 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter, and Miami's down 35 because the Lakers are raining three like an NBA Jam video game. Like I could see Haslam. I'm assuming this is his last year. He's been one of the greatest Miami Heat just due to how long he's been there and his loyalty to the franchise. I could see him playing a few minutes, but that just seems to me like now you're just going crazy.
Yeah, but like honestly, like listen, you see it even more than I do, but like on this slate where there's so limited options, like I mean, listen, if he plays 3 minutes and hits 2 threes and gets a rebound, like he can easily be in the optimal line on this slate.
Well, I thought I was crazy. You're calling for Haslam hitting 2 threes, so I think you're getting real crazy, which I'm all about if you're trying to win a showdown slate right now. But honestly, like if you make that play, the number of times that you're going to hit on this are so minuscule versus the number of times you're just giving away money. Like that just ain't the way I'm playing. I'm really trying to get crazy with things right now, and it just doesn't seem like where I would ever put my money.
That's a little bit too off the reservation, even for me. Like, listen, if it happens, it's not like, oh, if you play Hasselman, he does get you 8 points, you're all of a sudden winning a tournament. So, like, I mean, listen, the odds, I would put, if there were betting odds on him playing or not, it would be heavy on him not playing.
Heavy. And he still would have to do something in the game. Like,
exactly.
Dude's 195 years old. I mean, he is legitimately the embodiment of Old Man River. Like, I like the guy. He's going to be a coach in this league. He's going to be a coach for the Heat. But, I mean, this would have to be a major double-digit discrepancy.
Like 40, yeah, because, like, it's the last game. I mean, you're going to see Los Angeles is not going to, like, put in their scrubs until, like, literally they're up 40 with, 6 minutes left already, which is so rare. I mean.
Exactly.
Like, yeah. It's tough to find edges on this slate, though.
Enough with the tomfoolery. I mean, this to me, if I was making a lineup at 12:38 Central Standard Time, I would put Jimmy Butler in the captain spot. One, I mean, dude's playing minimum 43 minutes tonight, if not all 48, if not at least 45. If the game's competitive, he's in there. I mean, I'm sure they'll stick AD on him again. I'm sure it'll be difficult for him to get to the basket, but it couldn't go significantly worse offensively for him last game. He still rolled into very similar, points as LeBron James. And more than anything, it's because I can actually get 3 guys I can live with in the rest of my lineup. Because fading AD or LeBron James or Butler seems borderline crazy right now. But even with this build, I don't love where I'm ending up. Like Markieff Morris is a priority for me on this slate as far as cheap guys because the Lakers are clearly happier with their small lineup right now than they are with Dwight Howard. So, it's not insane to think they go the other way, but we saw Bam back last game playing heavy minutes, and they didn't lean on Dwight Howard at all. So give me Markieff Morris, and I'm still picking between turd sandwiches down here.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, nobody below Iggy even plays, and Iggy's been terrible as far as DFS goes. So if you put him in there, okay, now I get Caruso or Howard. Like, to me, this is my best lineup, and I don't like it at all.
No, and Iggy's going to be, like, popular because of that, too.
Yeah, exactly. So that makes it better for cash games.
Yeah.
I think he's very fadeable for what he's going to offer you, but at least he plays.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
I know that's a very, very low bar, but at least he's playing. So, I mean, there is that. This is probably the lineup I'd run with.
You said it best. Everyone below him doesn't play. So there is as much as shitty as he is, there's a huge drop off below him because
there's zeros.
Yeah.
I mean, you ain't wrong, man. You ain't wrong at all. Dragic is still listed as questionable, but it seems more like doubtful. So I'm not expecting him to play. I think this lineup right here will be relatively popular. So again, I'm with the masses right here. I won't play it for much, but it's the best I could come up with. But it goes to speak with the whole idea that I just don't like this showdown plate, and I'd love to leave NBA with a bang right here, but I just don't have any kind of edge, I feel like, on the public.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that. Everyone's looking at the same stuff, and like I've said it a couple times now, with the Stars playing such heavy minutes, win or go home for Miami, like in the NBA Finals, you're just not going to see random guys play bigger minutes. It's just not going to happen unless there's an injury.
I brought up Kelly Olynyk last time out just to kind of go through what his role was. Don't be surprised if he does play more minutes, though. If they need the three-point shooting, he got into quick foul trouble last time, and they brought Bam right back in towards the end of them together. But with him, he did, and it's hard to be encouraged by it. I mean, he's viable, I guess, but I'm not excited about it.
Mm-mm.
I'd rather play Caruso over him, but I don't think it's crazy to think he outscores Caruso.
Yeah, I agree.
So it is what it is. I got one question for you, and then we're going to wrap it up. If you faded one star, who would it be?
Man. Well, I faded Butler last time, and that didn't work out so well. I mean, I didn't play heavy, but that certainly did not work out so well. Honestly, man, that's a really good question. So I feel like the easy answer would be Davis, but I have a gut feel that Davis is like my favorite tonight. So,
well, Davis is my least favorite by a big amount,
and I think everyone thinks that.
Yeah, I expect him to exert his dominance more defensively than offensively. If you want to live that LeBron wants Finals MVP, so he's going to strut his stuff here, I don't disagree with it.
No, I don't disagree with that. I mean, I don't think that. I think ultimately he just wants to win, though.
Yeah, I don't buy into that as much as other people do. The caring about stats thing is more the media and people wanting to talk about it than is the actual athletes themselves. The athletes want to win. Some people don't want to do it their way, but I think that's more a media narrative than anything. But I don't disagree with you. I think it is for him. He wants to make sure he gets his Finals MVP, but he's a heavy favorite right there because he's just been more consistently better.
Right? I just have a gut feel that Davis has a monster game here.
Doesn't seem very Anthony Davis-like, but again, he's a matchup nightmare for them. So he's so good he could do it anytime.
Seems very Anthony Davis-like. The fact that it doesn't seem Anthony Davis-like, right?
Fair enough. So, all right, guys, this is probably the last, possibly the last NBA video of the year. Yeah, give us something else to talk about, right?
Kind of in that same vein, like I didn't even realize yesterday with all the baseball series, going only 3 or 4 games. At the end of the night, I found myself rooting for the Padres comeback hard. I had Dodgers and DFS, but I just wanted at least a 2-game slate today.
Fair enough. I understand. All right, y'all. Good luck tonight. Go win that money. Go get your money in on overlay. And we'll talk to you guys soon.
Peace out. Thanks, guys.